Hello everybody, here a new video from Renee from Spain, and in this video I want to show my favorite 30 albums of hard rock and heavy metal released during 2004, 20 years ago. I'm going to go quite fast. I'm not going to talk much about each album, of course, but this is no thrash metal, death metal, or black metal or punk, whatever. This is just hard rock and heavy metal. Most of it's traditional heavy metal, of course, and hard rock, the way I like it. This bands kept this style of music alive like 20 years ago. Some are still going, some are not. But I'm going to start quickly with some bands, records that didn't make it, but they are still good. I'm talking about Lionheart by Saxon, Ritual Steel, Blitz Invasion. You know, I had to listen to all these albums again. That's why this is a serious list. This is no bullshit list, okay? Witchcraft by Stormwitch, better than I remember it was. Brides of Destruction, you know, the Tracy Guns and Nikki Sixx bands they had back in the day. Debut album. Wolf's Moon with Keep Metal Alive. Axel Repel with Kings and Queens. Or, for example, The Punishers from Asturias, Spanish band, with Sleazy Warriors. And of course, even Chastain, for example, released an album. Wolf, that I forgot to show here, Chastain too. Pokelgap, Ocean, you know, I listened to those albums again. I have them on CD, but they just didn't make the top 30. Storm, Hammer, Skylark, yeah, and more bands. There were so many great hard rock and heavy metal came out in 2004. But let's start with number 30, a Spanish band called Saratoga, El Clan de la Lucha. This one will be on number 30. On number 29, I have everything written down here. It's Steel Prophet with Beware. And this band had on this album Nadir the Priest from London. This is a great power metal album. On number 28, we had TNT, their first album since 1999. It was kind of a comeback album. Great hard rock. My Religion by TNT. On 27, we have a US power metal. Great album from Ritual, State of Mind. And the vocalist reminds me very much of Omen. You know, Omen from the US. You know, his voice reminds me very much of Kimberly, I think his name was. You know, from Omen. Great voice. Also a super album. Even if it's on 27, it doesn't mean it's a bad album at all, of course. All these albums in my top 30, and even the ones I showed before, are great albums. This is also a great album. Check the last song, Hell Train. Very fast. Maybe the fastest song they ever did. No, not ever, but yeah, maybe they ever did. You know, Rival from the US. On 26, I have to go to Storm Warrior. On 26, Northern Rage. This is, of course, a band from Germany. Traditional power heavy metal. If you like Paragon, for example, you will like Storm Warrior 2 or Wizard, also from Germany. On 25, we have the first album with Ripper Owens on vocals by Ice Earth, The Glorious Burden. I mean, a lot of great songs on here too. Again, I'm not gonna talk too much. On number 24, we have a Spanish band called Breaker with Rompiendo Cadenas. Check out the song Príncipe del Miedo or Eutanasia. Check those two songs. Pure heavy metal. Very well done by this Spanish band called Breaker. On number 23, we have a comeback album. And I'm talking about Attacker with the album Soul Taker. And the vocalist, the guitar player, and the drummer were from the original lineup from the 80s. And they came back. And they released this monster of a power metal album. My favorite song on here is the first two songs, The End and Forgotten. Check those two songs by Attacker. Legendary band from the 80s, comeback album. There's quite a few comeback albums, in 2004. Comeback bands, bands that released their comeback album. The next one is again a Spanish one. They're actually not far away from here. I'm going to see them soon live again. And I'm talking about ZARPA with Infierno. This is their 7th album. This band already, were active in the 80s. Here we have Babilonia La Ramera, great song. Viena y El Poder de la Fe. Check those 3 songs by ZARPA. Okay, that was number 22. On number 21, we have Dio with Masters of the Moon. Check the title track, Shivers, that I really like, and I Am. And here we have Jeff Pilson from Dokken fame. He plays the bass on this album. Okay, on number 20 we have 3 Inches of Blood, their 2nd album. Now I made some liner notes here. I have no time to go through that now. But this is the Advance and Vanquish album. They had 2 vocalists. One was a scream vocalist, and the other one was more like a screamo, and the other one was more like Rob Halford, very high. A very, very good band. Okay. Okay, now we're going well here. Number 20. Number 19 has 2 albums. 2 albums by WASP. The Neon Gods Part 1 and 2. I especially like Neon Gods Part 1. That has, for example, Ecstasy Riders and The Running Man. 2 great songs you have to check out. The Running Man and XT Riders by WASP. On number 19, those 2 albums. Okay, to move the page a little bit. On number 18, we have a speed metal band. Not thrash metal, that's why they're still on this. Plus a lot of heavy metal influences, of course. I'm talking about Solitaire, Extreme Flammable, their 2nd album. Check out Heroes Fall Down and the title track by Solitaire. Great speed heavy metal. On number 17, we have Saint, a Christian heavy metal band. I mean, if you're into Malice or into Judas Priest, you will like Saint. And this is In the Battle. On number 16, we have Lionheart with Abyss. And this has Steve Grimmett from Grim Reaper fame is on here. Check the song Nightmare. Great song by Lionheart. Nightmare, that song. It's great. On number 15, we have Motorhead with Inferno. On number 14, we have again a comeback album. And I'm talking about the Canadian band Kick-X. And this came out, of course, the name of the album is 4. Check out Rocking Days and just that song. Classic hard rock. They had a new vocalist on this album. Kick-X 4. You know, they had 3 albums in the 80s. And then they had this one in 2004. I don't think they did ever anything else. Another great album, of course they're all great, is on number 13, Feinstein. This is the guy from The Rods, of course. Third Wish. Fantastic hard rock and heavy metal. I mean, a lot of great songs on here. If you like Riot, Rainbow, you know, that style, you will love this album too. Check out Revolution, not Revolution, but Revolution, or Screaming Star, or the title track by Feinstein. This pile is piling up. Another comeback album by Overlord. I think they were Canadians, and they released an EP, I think in 87. I have even the original EP. It's a rare item. But then years and years later, in 2004, they released also kind of like a demo type of thing first. I think 2000, I think it was. Demo 2000. And in 2004, they came out with this album. That's really great. Great power metal in the vein of Omen, really. It's great. Yeah. 7 Witches too. Very, very good. On number 11. Must be 11. Yeah. We have Silver Fist. You know, with silver from Muro, of course. Check out En Llamas. It's a great ballad. O El Predicador. Silver Fist. Great heavy metal. Not speed metal like in his Muro days. It's more heavy metal. But it's really well done. Really well done. Another kind of comeback album is the Magnum on number 10. Brand New Morning. Check out We All Run. It's just a great song. Great album. I mean, not long ago, the guitar player died by Magnum. This year, actually, I think he died. But it's just great. Great album by Magnum from the UK. This is another great album done with a female vocalist. And I'm talking about the band LIGEIA. GLORIA is the name. Check out Walpurgis Night. Check out that song. It's just, if you like White Skull, for example, or maybe with a different type of voice, you will love this band too. It's great heavy metal. Warlock, even Warlock 2. Great heavy metal that people, you know, don't really know. A lot of people don't know about this album. LIGEIA. I think under this video I will put this top 30. You can check everything I'm showing in this video. On number, there was number 11. No, sorry, 9. On number 8, we have Malediction with the second album, a band from France. ESCLAVE d'Uvis. Wes l'Enfer, check that song. If you're into Sortilege, Blasphème, you will love Malediction too. The first album is great too. The second album too. It's really, really good. Pure 80s traditional heavy metal, the way we all love it. On number 7 we have Scorpions with Unbreakable. I saw them on this tour. Check the title track. Check Through My Eyes. That sounds really 80s. Scorpions. It's a really great song. And Can You Find It? Another great song. This is just a good album. Not a very good album and a lot better than the one before they released. It's Primal Fear with Devil's Ground on number 6. Check out the second song and the 10th song. The second and the 10th track on this album. On number 5 we have Blaze, the lost album by Blaze, because later he went on under the name of Blaze Bailey, under his full name. And this is Blood and Belief. Check out the song 10 Seconds or Regret. Just great heavy metal, really great traditional heavy metal. This was the 3rd album under the name of Blaze. ANVIL on number 4, Back to Basic. Very retro sounding ANVIL album. You Get What You Pay For. Check that song. You Get What You Pay For. Back to Basic. And this also had a Wagen, a live DVD. It's very cool. The next one of my favorite bands from Germany, Sacred Steel. My favorite band, I don't say the name right. Anyway, Sacred Steel with Iron Blessings. Again, a very strong album by the Germans. Power heavy metal. On number 2, we have Loud and Nasty. TEAZE. This is a glam metal masterpiece in my opinion. If they tell you this is done in the 80s or early 90s, you will believe it. You know, but it's not. If you are into Nasty Idols, for example, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Red, for example, you have to check this out. Check out the song Hungry by Loud and Nasty. Hungry on number 2. TEAZE. And on number 1, the best album, in my opinion, from 2004. It's produced by Jack Frost from 7 Witches. And we are talking about Distant Thunder, Welcome the End. I think they only have this album. And it's with the Hellstar vocalist Rivera. And it's just outstanding power heavy metal from the USA. If you are into Hellstar, you are into Omen, even Omen too. I always say Omen, but you know, that's what they remind me of quite a lot. But it's more Hellstar. And even the name of the band, Distant Thunder, you know, is Distant Thunder. It's of course Hellstar reference. And here we have Run with the Pack. It's a Hellstar cover song. And Restless and Wild by Accept. Shame they didn't record more albums. Of course, he also was in the band Destiny End. And then, of course, he was in this band. But this band should have been going on, because it's just great. Okay, my number 1, Distant Thunder. Okay, I hope you all like this. I like to make a thrash metal one too, Black Death. But this for now, it's just hard and heavy. Stay metal forever.